Oh yeah, look at those beauties right here. Sorry folks, I'm out here with Jesse. We got access to this awesome land. We're gonna go do an overnighter here tonight. Hopefully it doesn't rain. We have rain in the forecast, but hopefully we can get by it. Got our hammocks all stuffed up into the Deep Woods Ruck. Got our bear spray. We're ready to go. So the plan is for tonight, we're gonna head on up that hill, set up our camp. We're gonna go do a hike, check some stuff out, and then we're gonna come on back. We picked up some wild garlic. We're gonna cook some steaks. It's gonna be an awesome time, so stick around. All right, so it seems we found where we're gonna stay. The black flies are terrible. I've reapplied some bug spray. I'm trying to fight them off the best I can, but it's been kind of rough. So basically, we've been looking around. There's a lot of standing deads around this area, so we had to make sure that we found a spot that was okay. So Jesse's gonna hang here. And what kind of is it Hennessy? Which one do you have?
Hennessy hammock, the Deep Jungle.
The Deep Jungle. He's gonna be hanging in the Deep Jungle, and I'm gonna be hanging in my Kamak again. It's my favorite hammock that I've owned. So basically, I'm gonna start setting my stuff up too. Jesse's got his stuff going up, and maybe I can do a little quick time lapse or something of that, and we'll see how it goes. Then I'll show you where we're gonna set up the fire and cook our dinner later on tonight. But first, we're gonna set up camp and go for a hike. Sorry guys, in case anyone's wondering, this is the snug pack under blanket I'm using right now. I've had this in pretty cold weather, and it's easily set up and it doesn't break the bank. So I'll tell you what, that war bonnet hammock gets set up real quick. He's ready to go. Everything's all attached, all in that little python sleeve thing, or cobra sleeve, or whatever the hell you call it. But man, he whipped that up together real quick. I've got my under blanket on, and I decided to go for an over blanket. I'm just going to use my wool blanket. It's one of those, I think it's Italian military wool blankets. It'll do just fine. Thing's pretty warm anyway. If I get cold, I'll just pull a sweater on.
It's cold tonight. That's
yeah, up here it still gets around 0 degrees at nighttime, so it's going to get kind of chilly. So guys, just finishing up this quick little tent stake here. Use the Kellampuco. It's got to be probably my favorite knife that I own right now. Very simple design, holds an edge pretty well, comfortable in the hand. You can work with it all day long. It's great for carving, bushcrafting, that kind of stuff. All right, so this is where I'll be sleeping tonight. I've got my hammock all set up, got the bug net on, got the ridge line up, got my chair there, a little bit of an awning so I can hang out there and stay nice and dry if it does start to rain. But I could be out of the hammock, which will be nice as well. Okay, get out of here, black fly. Psst. Then we got Jesse's place right over here. He's got his Hennessy hammock all set up. He's gonna be nice and toasty warm for the night, all set up real good. We got our chair over here, and then if you look over here, just over there, it's about 20 yards away, we're doing our we got a tarp set up there. We're gonna hang it under there tonight if it starts to rain, and cook our dinner and have our meal, and it should be all right. I think this is the first my first overnighter out of this Deep Woods Ruck. I'm kind of excited. You can fit a lot of stuff in here, holds up a lot of material. And actually, if you want to see what this guy's all about, you can go ahead and check my my review on the Deep Woods Ruck. It's a absolute great backpack. And I recently just picked up one of the possible pouches. I do like the orange, just in case I ever have to signal something. That's pretty good, but also I find the bright colors, you can find them in your pack. When everything's all OD green inside your pack, or all coyote brown or black or whatever, you end up searching around for stuff because it's all the same color. It's hard to find, so I kind of like the possibles pouch being a bright orange. I'm just going to pull out real quickly my my headlamp and my flashlight. Got a little bit of fat wood in there, and I also got a light for my camera as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and put all this stuff in here. You can stay inside there for now. I'm going to stick these in the pocket of my hammock, and then when I need them, they'll be handy.
guy in there.
I don't know if you guys can hear this. It sounds like rain's falling on the on the on the tarp, but it's actually just the black flies bouncing off of it. Canada, eh? All right, camp set up. Time to get some firewood. All right, so we're going for a little walk along the trail. You can see in behind here, we got a bit of a valley. And then in behind here, we got the hill. Just keeps going up and up and up. So, whole plan is to do a little birding along the way. Trying to get some photos of some little songbirds. Lots of different kinds around here. They're all beautiful too. So we'll see if we can get some photos of those. I'll attach those to the video. Some point along in the video or at the end maybe. And now we're heading on over down this trail to check out Jesse's trail cam, see if you got any critters on there. Some old coyote poop. And then we're gonna be heading back to camp to have a bite to eat, as we're both getting a little hungry. Got some big old moose tracks here. The big old mountain top over there, and then it shoots down to this nice little valley. They must have been tapping up here with buckets at one point or another. So there's the shack. Let's go take a look inside. Sorry guys, the spot that we're in right now is an old sugar shack. They used to make their own maple syrup in here. And I don't know much about how it's done, but there's these big old drums here. They've got sitting up on this framework a load of firewood down here. A lot of this would have been great carving wood too. They've got their big boiler here and their wood burning stove. I'll show you the outside of it. It's pretty cool. Well, we're going to continue on down the trail. Unfortunately, starting to rain a little bit, so I don't know how much more filming I'll be able to do, but I'll try to keep the camera rolling for the next little bit until until it gets too nasty. Deer poop. We've walked around and then we found this big field. We were trying to sneak around the corner and see if we can get some eyes on any critters hanging out in the field, but we didn't see anything. Well, I gotta tell you guys, I really want to come back to this spot one day, and we'll do some tent camping maybe. I'll have to work that out with Jesse, but this would be a great place to come wild camping with my son Logan. He just checked his trail camera, had a whole bunch of deer running around all over the place on it. Really cool, really cool. This place is something else. I love it here. We got a little bit of rain come in. Hopefully you can see behind me there's a little bit of gray cloud, but it's starting to change back to blue again, which is kind of nice. And I don't know, I think this might be the place to come to next time. Pretty sure. But there's so much of this area to explore. It's unbelievable. We've been walking for, I don't know what time it is. We left at 1 o'clock. Yeah, we've been walking for 5 hours. It's 4:51 now. just about 5 hours, and there's this. We've arrived here, so it's time to it's time to start heading on back. I think we're gonna see if we can get some more pictures of some birds, and then that'll be it. But this place is something else. I love it here. An old cabin on the property with a view of the mountain. We just toured that thing, and it was awesome. Well, rain's starting to come down. I gotta put this thing away. I'll catch you guys a little bit later. All right. It was a rough go, but we finally made it back. Oh, almost back. Oh, the rain really came down. Started pouring. Oh. And it looks like the tarp's got a little water in it. We're gonna have to remedy that. But all in all, I think we're good and dry. There we go. Hold on. Pass me this log here if you can. Alright. Let's get that behind there. Just like that.
What else do you want?
There we go. Smallest, please. Oh, there we go. Right over the top of it. There we go. We're good. Alright, so let's have a look at what we're having for dinner tonight. Got a couple of T-bones. We picked some wild garlic on the way in. Got some green beans. And a couple of nice IPAs hiding right there, but I'll show you those a little bit later. Oh, there we go. These are a Montreal microbrewery called Saint Ambroise.
Well.
And these are grapefruit IPAs. And oh my goodness, are they delicious. All right. In these woodlands, unfortunately, we have two predators we have to worry about. One of them is really tiny and one of them is really large. First one we're going to worry about is ticks. Now you saw already that I used that, there's one of them right there. One of the first one we have to worry about is ticks. Tiny little guy, you know, they can make you really ill. And you hardly ever see them. They're tiny little things. They're around. That's why I use that lint roller to roll myself down, but I also carry this guy here. This is my Tick Ease tick remover. It has one of those little flat ends down here that they recommend not to use, but apparently this is what the experts claim to be the best thing, is having a fine-nosed needle what do you call them, tweezers, to really get close to the skin so you can grab those little bastards by the head and rip them out of your body if they happen to touch you. And this will get you tick free. So these are handy little guys to have. And the other one, unfortunately in this area, is bear spray. Now again, in the area that we're in, there are bears. They're not running rampant through here or anything, but there are some. You see them from time to time. It's always better to be safe. Now, when you are camping in bear country, if you're going to be cooking your meals, you don't want to keep any food in your camp. So right away, no food in your camp, no deodorant, no soap, no shampoo, no toothpaste, no chewing gum, no snacks like peanuts, no drinks, anything that may have a smell to it. Put it all into your food bag and hang it up at night, and hang it up away from your camp. In black bear country, in a place like where we're at, I mean, it is a possibility we could come across a bear. We are probably about 20 yards away from where we're sleeping, where we're going to be cooking. We are going to cook in this area where we're going to sit down here. I'll show you real quick. So we're approximately 20 yards away from where we're going to be sleeping tonight. We're going to cook on this fire here, and then later on we're going to go way down the trail and we're going to hang our food, our dishes, anything that, any of our hygiene products that has a smell to it, we're gonna throw that all into the bag, and we're gonna pop that up in a tree overnight, nice and high, tied up with some paracord in a dry bag. And that should be sufficient enough in the area that we are in now. One of the best things you could do in bear country is just actually make a lot of noise. Walk around, make a noise, talking to your buddies, singing songs. You know, try not to walk quiet. They're gonna hear you coming, and most likely they're gonna move on. We are in spring. They tend to be a little hungry in spring, so you gotta be careful, which is why we're out here right now with a big can of bear spray, and we're both carrying them on our bodies, not in our packs. If you're carrying in your pack and a bear charges you, it's too late, you're a snack. So that's why we carry them on our belts. You can see right here, we got them on our belts. That way, if something happens, we can pull that out, blast them in the face, and run for our lives, pretty much. But there you have it. This is how we're protecting ourselves from the little guys and the big guys. So you may be wondering where we got the tripod from. This past winter, Jesse and I actually tried to come up here and shoot a video of actually building this tripod and setting up a camp. And it was so difficult to come through here in the snowshoes that we just pretty much gave up. And it was like, okay, this is not happening, and forget about it. So we got up here, we set up the tripod. We didn't have enough stuff to make the video, and it was just brutal. But we have the tripod up here because this was actually, plan has been in the works for quite a while to come up here and do this camp. Anyway, I'm excited about it. We found a lot of really cool other spots too that would be interesting to hang out in. Lots to explore here. In case you're curious, T-bone steak at Spicy Montreal Steak Spice. Delicious stuff. If you can get this in your area, you gotta buy it. Clubhouse. What do I do?
Yeah, no bear is gonna like the smell of this stuff.
Alright, so right now, Jesse took all the wild garlic, chopped it all up, stuck it on a plate with some green beans and butter, and we're gonna fry this up in that pan. That's not a pan.
That pan.
We're gonna fry it up in that pan, and then we're gonna slap it onto the grill with a little bit of butter, and we're gonna fry them up just till they're nice and crunchy.
I put much less beans. You in the background? I can't hear it with that sizzling. Give me either one, man. Here we go.
And then your beaners.
The beaners.
Got our big steak, our wild garlic, green beans, the steak spice, a little bit of butter. This is a meal of champions right here. I'll eat this every day the rest of my life and I'll be happy. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, here we go. As per tradition, a couple of grandma's molasses cookies.
Molasses cookies.
Oh man, if you've never done this, take one of those molasses cookies, warm them up over the fire. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. It's cookie time, but you can barely see me. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a bite. Then I'm gonna say goodnight. Maybe I'll check in with you real quick when we're back at the, when I'm inside the hammock. Get the headlamp going. But, Alright guys, so that's me. I'm done. It's bedtime. Got my bear spray. Gonna hang this in the pocket just on the side here. Got my knife and got my wool blanket. That's all a man needs. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. It's like almost 8 in the morning. It's a pretty rough night. Didn't sleep too well. A lot of tossing and turning. Had a bit of a thunderstorm. Rolling last night around 11 o'clock. Thunder, lightning, wind was blowing. Stayed totally dry. One of my Let's see here. My tarp's a little close to the bug net. I'm guessing one of the pegs that I put it in the ground was really soft. So I'm guessing the peg let go. All the water pouring down this thing. Last night it was just crazy how much water there was, but everything is still perfectly dry. Exhausted. Oh. Well, it was a pretty good night. I didn't sleep too well until about 3 o'clock in the morning. After I got up for a pee, I passed right back out again, and then it was fine. I had to make a small adjustment to my hammock. Unfortunately, the two trees that I picked were a little bit too far away, and for me to try to get my hang that I wanted, it was a little bit tough. I think what I'm going to do eventually is actually attach a permanent ridge line to my carabiners on my hammock, and that way whenever I set up my hammock, it's always going to be the same degrees of hang, because it's going to stop at that ridge line. It might be a little bit better, more comfortable all the time, no matter how far I have to hang my things, my straps. I think we're going to go with that next time. I'll start experimenting pretty soon. Make sure I can make my hang repeatable easily every time I out, which is key. But for the most part, it was a pretty good night. Thunderstorms rolled in. We had thunder, lightning. There's some wind blew. Some, got a little bit sketchy. It wasn't too bad though. It wasn't a major thunderstorm, but we did get some thunder and lightning. A whole bunch of rain fell. And then after that, it was back to bed, and I slept pretty much right through till almost 8 o'clock in the morning, which is, wow, something else. But it was a good sleep. The last half of it was a good sleep. The first half of it sucked. But anyway, we're just going to break down camp. The overnighter is over. We're going to take it apart and then head on back to the hike out back to the farmhouse, and then relax over there for a while, and then probably head on home. We forgot our coffee and everything over there. We were going to do a breakfast in the woods this morning, but we forgot our coffee and everything like that, and a man needs his coffee. No other ways about it. So I'm going to take everything down, boogie on down to the farmhouse and have some breakfast and have our coffee. So guys, hope you liked this video. It was just a quick tour around the new woodlands that we have accessible to us, and hopefully we'll be able to come back here again, shoot another overnighter video in a different location maybe next time, and try out some other new gear. So thanks for watching, guys. You guys get out and explore, and I hope you get out to do this soon. Take care. I'm Mark from Adventure Outdoors. Take a look at this place. It's just absolutely beautiful. Mountains in the back. See a little bit of a trail here. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested in seeing more of the backpack I use in this video, check out my review. Or if you enjoyed this overnighter, I've got a couple other overnighters that I think you might enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys. Get out and explore.